Morning, and it is day 4 of our epic summer cruise 2018 as we pull away from the bottom side of Loch 35 Rosedale, where we've been for the last 2 nights, and had a great time there yesterday. Beautiful weather, but today we are heading off. We're heading down towards Fenelon Falls, and that's only about maybe a 15-20 minute boat ride, so we're gonna get there in short order. Another beautiful blue sky day, nice and warm. It's not as nowhere near as humid, but I can feel that sun pounding down again, so it's still gonna feel warm. Now we just saw a boat going by. I don't know if you can see it in the background there or not, but a looper, a big trawler, a Nordic tug, and they had just come in here. It's 5 after 9 in the morning, and they are being followed by, I see one more waiting around the corner here. And what did she say, 4?
4 of them are going to be going through.
Yeah, 4 are coming through. That means that they vacated 4 spots on the wall here at Fenelon Falls. And I think I mentioned to you the trick is to get there before the lock opens, so that if the top wall is being cleared out, we can get in there hopefully before anybody else, because nobody is going to be coming up through the lock and then to the tie-up wall. So we should be good. Well, here we are on day 5, and if I don't sound very impressed, it's not because of the beautiful, stupendous weather that we're enjoying right now as we cross Balsam Lake for the 2nd time on this voyage. It's because we're heading on the wrong direction, in the wrong direction, I should say, on Balsam Lake. Yeah, more boat problems, but nothing I can't fix. So as I gently eased you back into this cruise for today, just gonna let you know why we are heading back home. Well, I don't know if I even mentioned that initially, but we're heading back to our home port because we have an issue with the toilet system, Vacuflush. What else is new? Anyways, problem presented itself yesterday with a bad smell emanating from the holding tank area, so I thought it was the vent and this and that, the fittings actually on the holding tank, but it turns out it is not. It would appear that the pump on the Vacuflush, the same one that I put new bellows in last month, has somehow failed. Now I phoned the fellow who supplies stuff for Vacuflush, the only one in the area really. And he's not even in the area where we were because we were at Fenelon Falls. And he suggested that it could be one of the rings, seal top rings. He said that I may have installed it incorrectly, which is entirely possible. Done stupid things in the past. But my argument was, well, why would it last so long before it gave it up? Oh, whatever. Okay, fine. So I think it might be the bellows, the new bellows that I put in has cracked, because it's if you look back on my video that I did for replacing the holding tank, and when I showed all the servicing of that whole Vacuflush system, was that they're plastic, and it's a semi-rigid plastic. So obviously that's going to fatigue over time. It was suggested that they would only last maybe 4 years, 5 years before they crack and break. So it could be just a poor product out of the box and it has maybe failed. Now, so why didn't I look at it while we're still there in Fenelon Falls? Because to get at that, I can't see it from the top down. I have to physically remove that whole assembly out from where it is, which is sitting on top of the hot water heater and water heater, whatever. And it is behind the actual lines that come for the discharge from the holding tank, so I'm gonna have to disconnect that, as well as the inlet from the toilet, because of course it's going into that whole vacuum accumulator tank situation. So I gotta remove that just to get that assembly out. It's sort of wedged underneath, not wedged, but it's set up underneath the deck on the port side on top of the holding tank. So I have to do one of these to get the thing out. And so rather than fart around with it at the side of the lock and not have any replacement parts in hand, we determined that's the best case scenario is just to head home. Not for the duration, we're just heading back to our marina so I can take it apart. I'm gonna first get the replacement bellows seal kit, as well as a new actual motor, because Anchor Girl seems to think that that motor is really, really loud. So whatever, while I'm into it, again, I'm gonna replace that motor. And then we should be good to go. So yeah, that's why we're heading back home. Not in a sad way, we're not heading home, we're just making a side trip back home. And then when we get there, I'll do the repairs, and then we will carry on our epic 2018 boating vacation. In the meantime, I'm gonna just keep on sharing with you as much beautiful scenery as I can, because it is so beautiful. In real time today, where we are at, I just livened up the video where we had the grandkids on the boat a couple weeks ago. And I'm still getting comments. When are you gonna go back to your old cruising videos like you used to do? Well, first of all, if any of you want to watch the old cruising videos, they're still up on my channel. Almost 800 videos on that channel now, my friends. And second of all, yes, we are doing it, as I promised. We are doing it, and we are carrying on. This is day 5. And if you've been watching all along, this is going to be a never-ending, seemingly never-ending series of hopefully beautiful, inspiring boating videos, cruising videos. Thanks for coming along. going down. Okay, I gotta drive the boat, get us out of here and up to the wall, which is where we're going for tonight. Okay, so here is our destination for tonight, not by choice, but by force, because it is just, what time is it? Just after 4, about quarter after 4, 20 after 4, and the locks close insofar as navigating at 5:30. So we have 5 locks still to go through past the Kirkfield to get to Lake Simcoe, back to our home port. There's no way we're going to make that in 45 minutes. So,
those other locks aren't good to stay at.
Yeah, and the reason that we didn't go a little bit past here to the first couple of locks is that they're not the best to stay at because they have public road access, and sometimes it tends to fill up at night with fishermen who, well, it's just not the most pleasant and quiet experience. So this place here is good. Lock 39 is good, where we were at the beginning of this trip, but we wouldn't make it down there still today. As Anchor Girl sets up the shop again, because we take this table down, just as an offside, an aside. This table and this seat cushion and filler comes out when we're traveling, going through the locks, because it's just a lot easier to wander around back here and handle the lines. Anyways, that said, we are here. We're set for the night. As you probably just heard, Anchor Girl asked me to set up the barbecue, which I'm going to do. We get the veggies going, and it's all good, man. We are here for the night, and then I'll let you know after the fact what happens, how I made out with the Vacuflush toilet. Now, very quickly on that note, I just want to mention as well, if you look back into my yesterday video, I think it was, we had another issue as well with the house batteries going dead. And when I mean going dead, like 0 battery charge yesterday morning when we got up.
And whose fault was that?
And whose fault was that? So this is a caveat, my friend. Many have commented on my channel and Facebook, say, Paul, you're so knowledgeable about boats and you know everything, you know how to fix everything. Well, sometimes also, in my haste to get the batteries swapped out on this boat last year, and my frustration, the fact that nothing had been done mechanically, I went out and bought 4 new batteries, but unfortunately they were all 4 brand new starting batteries. So the 2 house batteries, which run in parallel, are not designed to have a full discharge and recharge, discharge, recharge, as the deep cycle batteries are. So we misused them, and due to my error, it cost me about probably $350, whatever the cost of those batteries were. Because yesterday morning when we hit Fenelon Falls, actually before we got there, I called the local marina, and a big thanks to Richard over at Fenelon Falls Marina in the parts department for hooking me up and having a very nice demeanor. I was over there talking to him again this morning. Nice, friendly guy. So this is July of 2018 that I'm filming this. So if you need anything, call Richard over at Fenelon Falls Marina. So he hooked us up with 2 new deep cycle 27 series batteries, which I installed yesterday. I had the old ones out. They were good enough to deliver them to the dock at additional charge, of course. And I swapped them out, put the new ones in. And so tonight is going to be the experiment to see how well they work, well, for the rest of this trip. But we should hopefully not have any further issues. So yeah, there you go. That's a warning to you. Don't always take with a grain of salt what people tell you. Actually, you know what? I don't even know if I mentioned that I changed the batteries on this boat, but that's what happened. I made a mistake. Cost me money, but we're on the way again. As far as the toilet situation, that's yet to be determined on the Vacuflush pumps. But that is another problem for another day. For today, we are set at our secure spot here at the bottom of the lock number. I should know this, 35, there's a 36, I think. Yeah, this would be, yeah, lock 36. The Kirkfield lift lock on the beautiful Trent Severn Waterway. And so ends day 5 on a positive note, because it's hot, it's summertime, and I'm going to enjoy a cold one. So thanks for following. Cheers. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss any of the new videos coming out. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Daily updates there, and always lively conversation on Facebook, so you don't want to miss it. And you can also follow us at boatsbeachesandbars.com, where you can find even more links to all sorts of neat things, including our online store. And you'll find all the links to everything mentioned up here, down there in the description, so you'll have no excuse not to follow along. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.